Hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. My name NurKamilia Syarafana and we're conducting the test of water quality using water purification system. The objective of the project to propose the significant physical water quality parameters to measure the effectiveness of the design water purification system and also to analyze data and interpret the result of the water quality experiment. On the experiment, parameter that we will measure are turbidity and color of water sample. The apparatus and material needed for the experiment is bottle water, 1.5 liter of water, teaspoon of tea leaf, stone or gravel and sand, carton, teaspoon, piece of paper as filter funnel and series chart. Prepare 1.5 liter of clean water in bottles. And then use filter funnel and pour teaspoon of tea leaf in bottle. Close bottle using cap tightly and shake the bottle several to make sure particle distributed mix well in water sample. After that, pour the water sample to clear cup. Next, the water sample is being tested for turbidity using CT chart. It shows that the indicator is not visible for the sample, thus value of the turbidity is 100 JTU. Then we prepare the purification system with 3 types of material were used in bottle, which is carton, sand and gravel. In this system, we use 3 different depth and I use ratio of depth is 1 to 3, which is 10 cm carton, 7 cm for sand and 4 cm for gravel. Next, pour the water sample into filtration and wait until water sample have done filtrate through bottle. And repeat test turbidity of water sample using CT chart again. This time it shows that the indicator slightly more visible than before, which the reading of turbidity is 60 JTU. Based on the observation, the color water of water sample before is cloudy and after filtration it become a little bit clear.
Firstly, we must cut the plastic bottle into a desired length and then wash all the materials roughly. Place each of the materials into a plastic bottle with a desired depth. Depth was determined by a ratio which is 1:3:2 of gravel, sand and cotton. We must place the cotton into a plastic bottle which is 7 cm. After we have filled the cotton to a 7 cm, we must fill the sand to a 10 cm. After we have filled the sand to a 10 cm, we must fill the gravel to a 4 cm. After all the materials have been filled into the plastic bottle, 1 teaspoon of tea must be added into the drinking water. Drinking water that I use is a reverse osmosis process. After that, we must shake the drinking water. After that, we must shake the bottle roughly so that all the particles are evenly dispersed. This water we use as our wastewater. Before we filter the water, we must measure the turbidity of the wastewater by using the Secchi disc. Our wastewater is a 100 JTU. After that, we pour the wastewater into the filter. Then we must wait until all the water are filtered and we can measure the color and the turbidity to get the result. This is the water that we get after undergo filtration process. After that, we measure the turbidity of the water. The turbidity that we get from the experiment is a 40 JTU based on Secchi disc. The materials that we use is a gravel, sand and cotton, where gravel will filter large particles, sand filters small particles and cotton filters smallest particle. So that's all. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nur Dahlia. Today I will demonstrate to do the filtration process. So this is my materials. Firstly is sand, the gravel, cotton, water and bottle, and tea bags. After that, we need to cut the bottles for the filtration process like this. And then we measure the depth for the materials. As for my ratio is 2:1:3, which is 2 for gravel, 1 for sand, and 3 for cotton. Before we put the materials into this filtration bottle, we need to wash the sand and gravel first to remove the impurities from the material. So we measure the depth for the filtration bottle. We need to insert the cotton into this bottle. Next is we need to put the sand into the filtration bottle. As for my ratio is 2 for sand, so it will be 4. After that, put the gravel as for the third filter in this filtration bottle. My ratio is 3 and it will be 7 cm in this water bottle. Okay, next what we need to do is prepare for the water sample. Take 1.5 ml water and then we put the 1 teaspoon to this water for water sample. After that, we shake it thoroughly. After that, we need to check the turbidity first before the filtration. Put into the glass water to check the turbidity. This is Secchi disc paper to check the turbidity, and then the water before filtrations, and we can found that the color for the turbidity color for this water sample is among this 80 JTU and 60 JTU. After that, we put the water sample to this filtration process. We need to wait until for a few minutes to water filter into this. Okay, this is the water after filtration process, and we need to check the turbidity after the filtration process. Put the water into this glass, and then we need to check by using sachet dish. So this is water sample after the filtration process, and we can see that the color for this water sample after filtration is at 80 JTU. So the result for turbidity is 80 JTU. We can see the color of this is after the filtration process, and this is water sample. The color result is like this.
I am Elma from Group 2, and I'll be doing the design for which the ratio will be 2:3:1. Gravel, which will represent gravel, sand and cotton. First of all, we will prepare the synthetic water, which contains 1.5 liter of water additional with 1 tablespoon of tea. To disperse evenly in the water to represent the real situation of raw water. So here's the raw water. So we start with cotton. The depth of the cotton will be 4 centimeters from the bottom. So next sand, which is 10 centimeters of sand, will be added into this water purification system by one model. We proceed with the gravel. So here's the model for 2:3:1 ratio. There, gravel, sand and cotton. So we need to shake the water so that the suspended particles are dispersed evenly, and the color also dispersed evenly. I will be pouring the synthetic raw water into this water purification system. So I will fill this until it reach on the top. So we'll wait for the water to come down to come down as the end product of this water purification system. So the water has been filtered throughout this process, and this is the end product. For the raw water is poured into water purification system, the turbidity must be measured first. So if we will look at this, the turbidity of this water can be matched with 60 NTU. This is the before water is entered into the water purification system. So this is the difference between the before and after the water is being filtered. And the most obvious changes happen is the water become clearer than before. It has become whiter, which is almost similar to the paper behind, and then the darker color in here. And there is sediment in there settled down, but in this in this end product there is no any settlement happen here. There is no suspended particles, there is no suspended solid left in here. And we measure the end product, the turbidity with Secchi chart, and we found out the turbidity has decreased from 60 NTU to 40 JTU. It has decreased by 20 JTU by far. So this is the end product. In my observation, this raw water is primarily has a lot of solids in here, and the color is obviously darker than the end product. This is the end product that has been filtered throughout this process. Therefore, I can conclude that gravel has the function to filter all the largest particles, and sand to filter the smaller particles, and cotton to filter the smallest particle. But these two, sand and cotton, can remove the elements that influence the color of the water. Therefore, this is the difference. The color changes after and before the process.